In the dead of night, deep in the Georgia woods, Mama D stood toe-to-toe with the entire cast, her voice slicing through the darkness like a knife. "I brought y'all out here to bond, and y'all turning on me like snakes in the grass? I'll burn this whole campsite down before I let you disrespect me." The fire crackled wildly as accusations flew. Tables flipped, phones were snatched, tears mixed with the smell of burning marshmallows and broken alliances. What started as a peaceful cast camping trip for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 13B exploded into the most savage showdown the franchise has ever seen, Mama D versus everyone, and nobody was backing down. You could hear the screams echoing through the trees. Bambi and Scrappy tried to play peacemaker, but even they got dragged into the fire. Erica Mena, fresh off her own chaos, allegedly whispered secrets that lit the fuse. Kirk Frost and Rashida watched in stunned silence as Mama D pointed fingers, declaring betrayals that cut deeper than any knife in the kitchen. "You think I don't know what you did behind my back?" she roared, eyes blazing hotter than the campfire. One moment they were roasting hot dogs and sharing laughs. The next, old grudges, secret hookups, and financial shade came pouring out like cheap champagne. A mysterious text message lit up someone's phone, causing a full meltdown. Someone allegedly pushed someone else into the lake. And in the middle of it all, Mama D, the self-proclaimed queen of the family, stood her ground, refusing to be silenced, refusing to let anyone dim her shine. Fans watching the raw footage are losing their minds. Social media is already on fire with theories. Was this trip a setup? Did Mama D know the drama would pop off? Or did her own children finally turn on the woman who raised them with an iron fist and a diamond heart? The woods held secrets that night, and by sunrise, nothing in the LHHATL family would ever be the same. This is reality TV at its most unhinged, and it's only the beginning. As the campfire flickered casting long shadows across the Georgia woods, the cast of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 13B found themselves trapped in a nightmare that no one saw coming. Mama D stood there, chest-heaving, eyes wild with fury, pointing her finger at every single person around the circle. "You think you can come for me after everything I have done for this family?" she screamed, her voice echoing through the trees like thunder. Bambi stepped forward, trying to calm the storm. "Mama D, please, we just came out here to bond, not to fight." But Mama D was having none of it. "Bond my behind? You have been talking behind my back for weeks. I know all about it." Scrappy grabbed Bambi's arm, pulling her back. "Baby, don't even engage. She is gone tonight." But the words only fueled Mama D more. "Gone? You call me gone when I built this whole empire with my bare hands while y'all were out here chasing clout and fake love?" The tension crackled worse than the burning logs. Erica Mena sat on a log nearby, smirking slightly until Mama D turned on her. "And you miss thing, don't think I forgot about those shady texts you sent trying to stir up trouble between me and my kids." Erica jumped up fast. "What texts?" "Mama D, you tripping? I ain't sent nothing." The whole group gasped as phones started lighting up with notifications. Someone had leaked old messages into the group chat. Accusations flew left and right. Kirk Frost tried to play mediator. "Y'all, we supposed to be family out here in nature, reconnecting, not tearing each other apart." But Rashida shook her head. "Honey, you see how Mama D looking? She ain't trying to reconnect, she trying to destroy everyone who ever crossed her." Emotions ran high as old wounds ripped open wide. Mama D accused Scrappy of choosing Bambi over blood family. "You left me for that girl, and now you bringing her here to disrespect me in these woods?" Scrappy fired back. "Mama, you the one who started all this drama before we even packed the tents. You been holding grudges since Season 1, and fans watching this unfold later would be shocked because this was the rawest Mama D had ever gotten on camera, her diamond earrings sparkling in the firelight as she waved her hands wildly. "I sacrificed everything for y'all, and this is the thanks I get." Betrayal after betrayal. Tears streamed down some faces while others stood with arms crossed in defiance. A sudden twist came when a mysterious phone buzzed loudly. It was a voice note from an unknown number playing on speakerphone, exposing a secret hookup rumor between one of the cast members and a producer. The group froze. "Who sent that?" Mama D demanded, her eyes narrowing suspiciously as she looked around the circle. "Did one of y'all set me up?" The arguments escalated quickly. Tables were flipped over, sending snacks and drinks flying into the dirt. Someone screamed as a bottle crashed near the fire. Embers flew everywhere, heightening the chaos. Bambi broke down, crying, "I came on this trip to heal, not to be attacked like this." But Mama D showed no mercy. "Healing? You need to heal from your own mess before coming for me." The night air grew colder as alliances shifted in real time. Friends who arrived together now stood on opposite sides of the fire pit. Fans later flooded social media saying they had never seen such intense family drama in the history of the show. The personal stakes were sky high for Mama D. This was not just a trip, it was her last stand to keep control of the family narrative she had built over years of filming. If she lost this battle, her empire could crumble right there in the woods under the stars. Unexpected revelations kept dropping like bombs. One cast member confessed to leaking stories to blogs for extra cash. Another admitted to hiding a pregnancy scare that involved a married man. The confessions fueled Mama D's rage even more. "See, I knew it. Y'all are snakes, every last one of you. I should have never invited y'all out here. The group tried to vote on whether to end the trip early, but Mama D refused to let anyone leave until the truth came out fully. Her voice boomed again and again across the campsite. I am the mother here. I am the one who makes this family relevant, and y'all will respect me or else. The threats hung heavy in the air as arguments turned personal, digging into finances, past relationships, and even parenting styles. Reactions poured in from off-camera crew members, whispering among themselves that this could be the episode that breaks records for views and drama. The heated exchange showed no signs of slowing down, with Mama D at the center holding court like a queen, defending her throne against a rebellion she never expected from her own inner circle. Every word cut deeper, every accusation landed harder, and as the first hints of dawn began to touch the horizon, the cast realized this camping trip had become a battlefield where only one side could survive the night. The betrayals, the tears, the raw emotions, everything collided in one explosive moment that left everyone questioning who they could trust moving forward in this crazy love and hip-hop world. The drama was far from over, but in that single night under the trees, Mama D had drawn a line in the dirt that no one could ignore, without consequences that would echo through the entire season and beyond. As the first light of dawn barely broke through the trees, the chaos from the night before refused to die down. Mama D refused to let anyone sleep, pacing around the campsite like a lioness protecting her territory. You think this is over? She shouted, her voice hoarse but still full of fire. I have only just begun to expose the snakes in my garden. Scrappy tried to pull Bambi away to their tent, but Mama D blocked their path. Oh no, you don't. You ain't running from this conversation like you ran from your responsibilities all these years. Bambi snapped back. Responsibilities, Mama D? You the one who keeps dragging us into your mess every season just to stay relevant. The words hit Mama D like a slap and she lunged forward, but Kirk Frost jumped in between them. Y'all chill, we got cameras everywhere. This ain't the time to get physical. But the tension only thickened when Erica Mena started laughing out loud from her folding chair. Oh, this is rich, coming from the queen of messy herself. Mama D turned on her faster than lightning. You got something to say, Miss Erica? Because I heard you been cozy with that producer who sent that voice note last night. Erica stood up fast, her face flushed. What are you accusing me of now? I ain't got time for your paranoia. The group erupted again with accusations flying in every direction. One cast member revealed that Mama D had secretly been in talks with a rival network to create her own spin-off, leaving everyone else in the dust. Fans would later call this the ultimate betrayal twist because it showed Mama D putting business over blood once again. Rashida pulled Kirk aside, whispering, honey, this woman is really trying to play all of us against each other. We need to stick together. But even their alliance started cracking when old text messages from months ago surfaced on a shared tablet showing Rashida venting about Mama D's controlling ways. The arguments grew louder as the sun climbed higher. Someone knocked over the coffee pot, sending hot liquid splashing across the dirt and burning a few feet in the process. Screams mixed with laughter from the crew, who could not believe the ratings gold they were capturing. Emotions ran higher than ever, with personal stakes hitting everyone hard. For Scrappy, this was about finally breaking free from his mother's shadow. For Bambi, it was defending the family she was building. For Erica, it was proving she was not the villain everyone painted her to be. And for Mama D, it was about maintaining the iron grip she had held for over a decade on the love and hip-hop empire. Suddenly a new twist dropped when a drone delivered an unexpected package to the campsite. Inside were printed screenshots of private conversations between cast members and outside bloggers. Mama D grabbed them first. See, I knew it. Y'all been selling stories about me for pennies while I carried this show on my back. The group denied it at first, but one by one cracks appeared in their stories. A younger cast member broke down, admitting they needed the money for bills, and Mama D used that vulnerability to turn the others against her. You see how quick they flip when money is involved, she declared, pointing fingers wildly. The campsite turned into a full-blown war zone, with people packing bags, threatening to leave, only for Mama D to hide car keys in a dramatic power move. Nobody is going anywhere until we clear the air, she announced, her eyes blazing with determination. The day dragged on with heated one-on-one confrontations by the lake. Bambi and Mama D went at it for nearly an hour, exchanging years of pent-up resentment. You never accepted me, Mama D, because I ain't from your world, Bambi cried, but Mama D shot back, I accepted you more than you know, but you came in trying to change my son into something he ain't. Meanwhile, Scrappy sat on a rock nearby, head in hands, feeling torn between the two women he loved most. The rest of the cast watched from afar, some taking sides openly, others staying neutral, but no one could escape the drama completely. As afternoon turned to evening, another bombshell hit when a surprise visitor arrived at the campsite, none other than a past love interest of one of the men, causing old flames to reignite right in front of jealous partners. Accusations of cheating in secret meetups poured out like rain. The visitor was quickly escorted away, but the damage was done. Trust evaporated faster than the morning dew. Fans watching the raw uncut footage online were losing their minds, flooding comment sections with theories about who was really behind the package delivery and the drone. Some suspected production interference, while others believed Mama D orchestrated the entire trip as a publicity stunt to boost her relevance. The personal conflicts deepened with every hour. Mama D revealed long-buried family secrets about financial mismanagement and favoritism among her children, leaving some cast members in tears, questioning their entire upbringing. Reactions from friends and extended family poured in through frantic phone calls, begging them to calm down, but the isolation of the woods only amplified every emotion. No escape, no distractions, just raw, unfiltered reality television at its its peak, the night fell again, bringing a false sense of calm until midnight when a loud argument erupted near the tents over stolen food and missing phones. Mama D accused the group of plotting against her in secret meetings. "You think I don't hear y'all whispering?" she yelled. Flashlight in hand, searching faces for guilt. The stakes had never been higher because this trip was supposed to be about healing and bonding, but instead it exposed every fracture in the Love and Hip Hop Atlanta family tree. Betrayals kept unfolding, with one cast member confessing to spreading rumors that ruined a business deal for another. The confessions triggered chain reactions of apologies, mixed with more shouting matches by the dying campfire. The group sat in a circle, forced by Mama D to air every grievance. "You took my spot on the red carpet last year," one yelled back, "and you slept with my ex," another added. The revelations kept coming nonstop, twisting the knife deeper into already wounded relationships. As hours passed, exhaustion set in, but Mama D showed no signs of slowing down. Her energy fueled by years of holding the family together through scandals and breakups. This camping trip had become her ultimate test of power and loyalty, and she was determined to win at all costs, even if it meant losing a few allies along the way. The others plotted quietly in small groups, trying to find a way to dethrone the queen, but every plan seemed to backfire when she anticipated their moves with almost psychic accuracy. "How does she know everything?" they wondered in hushed tones. The drama reached a fever pitch when a physical shoving match broke out between two cast members. Mama D stepped in, dramatically separating them with surprising strength. "I brought y'all here to unite, not to fight like animals in these woods," she proclaimed, but her words rang hollow to those who saw her as the instigator. The moon hung high overhead, casting an eerie glow on the scene as unresolved issues from previous seasons resurfaced, bigger and uglier than before. Old lawsuits, financial disputes, and custody battles were rehashed with new evidence thrown into the mix. The cast realized this was no ordinary trip, it was a reckoning long overdue for the entire franchise. Fans around the world stayed glued to leaked clips, sharing memes and predictions about who would crack first under the pressure. The emotional toll showed on every face, bags under eyes, voices cracking from constant yelling, yet Mama D stood tall, refusing to show weakness. "This is my legacy," she told the cameras directly, "and I will protect it with everything I have." The night stretched on, with more twists, including a surprise alliance forming between unlikely cast members who bonded over their shared dislike of Mama D's methods. The woods whispered with secrets and the fire crackled as if echoing the burning bridges around it. By the time the second morning approached, the group had barely slept. Tensions boiled over into exhaustion-fueled meltdowns where truths spilled without filters. One person admitted to faking storylines for camera time, another confessed deep insecurities masked by bravado. The raw honesty both healed and destroyed relationships in equal measure. Mama D listened to some of it, nodding, but quickly turned vulnerable moments into opportunities to assert dominance. "You see now why I have to be the strong one," she said softly at first, then louder, "because without me this family falls apart." The others challenged her on that, claiming they had grown beyond needing her guidance, but deep down many feared she was right. The personal stakes cut to the core for everyone involved. Careers, reputations, families, and futures all hung in the balance of this heated camping trip. The drama showed no signs of resolution as the sun rose again on day 3, promising even more explosive confrontations and shocking revelations that would leave the Love and Hip Hop Atlanta cast forever changed and viewers demanding more of the unfiltered chaos that made the show legendary. As the sun rose again on day 3, promising even more explosive confrontations and shocking revelations that would leave the Love and Hip Hop Atlanta cast forever changed. Mama D gathered everyone around the smoldering campfire, once more, her face etched with exhaustion yet burning with unbreakable determination. "Y'all thought last night was bad," she declared, "but today we digging up everything buried deep because I refuse to let this family rot from secrets any longer." Scrappy rubbed his temples, looking completely drained. "Mama, you acting like this is some kind of trial, but we all tired, we need to eat and rest before somebody really snaps." But Mama D waved him off like an annoying fly. "Rest is for the weak. I built my name on no sleep and pure hustle." While y'all lounged around expecting handouts, the group groaned collectively as Erica Mina rolled her eyes so hard it looked painful. "Here we go again with the 'I built everything' speech. Newsflash, Mama D, we all contributed to this show and you ain't the only star here." The argument ignited instantly, with Kirk Frost trying desperately to keep order. "Y'all, this ain't helping nobody. We got producers breathing down our necks about safety after that shoving match last night." But his words fell on deaf ears as Bambi stood up, pointing directly at Mama D. "You keep saying family, but you treat us like employees who can be fired anytime you don't like our attitude." The personal stakes climbed higher when a cast member broke down, revealing how Mama D's constant criticism had affected their mental health. "For years I stayed quiet all this time because I didn't want to lose my spot on the show," they confessed through sobs, "but out here with no escape I can't hold it anymore." Fans later flooded Twitter, saying this moment alone deserved an Emmy for raw emotion. The campsite buzzed with shifting alliances as Rashida pulled a few others aside, whispering, "We gotta stand united or she will pick us off one by one like she always does." Yet even that plan crumbled when Mama D overheard and confronted them head on. "United against me, your own mother figure who gave y'all platforms when nobody else would." The betrayal cut deep and tears flowed freely, mixing with the morning dew on the leaves. A sudden twist hit when production unexpectedly brought in a licensed therapist via video call to mediate, but Mama D shut it down fast. "We don't need outsiders fixing what blood should handle. This is our business." The therapist tried anyway, asking asking pointed questions about power dynamics and unresolved trauma, which only made Mama D louder. You think some fancy degree lets you judge me? I raised children in the hood with nothing and turned them into stars. The session devolved into more shouting with accusations of favoritism, parental neglect, and even financial manipulation resurfacing stronger than before. Scrappy finally exploded. Mama, you always play victim, but you the one who leaked my personal business to blogs when I didn't follow your script last season. The revelation stunned the group into momentary silence before chaos erupted again, with people taking sides openly, some defending Mama D as the strong matriarch, others calling her a tyrant who needed to be dethroned. Emotions ran so high that a physical confrontation nearly broke out again near the food table, where someone accused another of hoarding snacks during the hunger strike protest. Bambi cried out, I came here hoping for peace, but this feels like war and I am losing myself in it. The day wore on with smaller breakout arguments by the lake, by the tents, and even during a forced group hike that turned into a trail of tears and confessions. One cast member admitted to a secret romantic fling with a crew member, which explained some of the leaked voice notes from earlier. The group reeled from the news as jealousy and distrust spread like wildfire through dry Georgia underbrush. How can we trust anybody out here? They wondered aloud while Mama D used the distraction to reassert control. See, this is what happens when you stray from the family code. I set the personal toll mounted, with several cast members breaking down privately to cameras about considering quitting the show entirely after this trip. But the cameras kept rolling, capturing every vulnerable second for maximum drama. As afternoon heat peaked, another bombshell dropped when a surprise helicopter delivery brought documents proving financial discrepancies in a joint business venture involving multiple cast members and Mama D at the center. Mama D, you've been skimming off the top, one accused, waving papers wildly while she denied it fiercely. Those numbers are lies planted by haters trying to divide us, but the evidence looked damning and alliances fractured further, with Kirk and Rashida openly questioning her leadership for the first time. The woods echoed with heated dialogues that cut to the bone. You promised transparency, Mama D, but all we get is control and manipulation, Rashida said, her voice shaking with anger. Mama D fired back without missing a beat. And you promised loyalty but ran to blogs every time you needed a check. The back and forth grew uglier as old lawsuits and court records got referenced openly, making the camping trip feel like a live courtroom drama. Fans watching leaked clips were in absolute frenzy, with hashtags like MamaDeves everyone trending worldwide and theories about staged elements versus genuine breakdowns dividing comment sections. The night of day 3 brought no relief as a storm rolled in, forcing everyone under a large tarp where the close quarters amplified every emotion. Lightning flashed outside, mirroring the sparks flying inside when a cast member confessed to stealing ideas for solo projects from Mama D years ago. The apology turned sour fast when Mama D demanded reparations on camera. You owe me for every dollar I lost because of your disloyalty, she thundered. The group tried voting to end the trip early, but Mama D hid the van keys again in a dramatic flourish. Nobody leaves until we all bleed truth tonight, her eyes wild with exhaustion and power. The hours dragged with more revelations, including hidden pregnancies, past abortions, secret children, and even alleged affairs that shook the core of several relationships. One by one, cast members turned on each other using Mama D's earlier tactics against their own peers. The Queen watched with a mix of satisfaction and horror as her own methods backfired spectacularly. Bambi and Scrappy had their rawest moment yet by the edge of the lake under pouring rain. You always choose her over me, Bambi sobbed in. Scrappy broke down, replying, I never knew how to choose without losing everything. The scene was pure television gold that producers knew would break viewing records. The storm outside raged as hard as the one inside, with winds whipping tents and rain soaking everything, yet the arguments never stopped. Reactions from extended family flooded in through spotty cell service, with some calling for intervention while others cheered Mama D on for keeping it real. The personal stakes reached breaking point when a cast member threatened to walk off into the woods alone rather than continue the emotional torture, but Mama D physically blocked the path, her small frame somehow commanding enormous presence. You ain't running from this like you ran from your problems your whole life, she declared, forcing them back into the circle. The confessions continued non-stop until dawn on day 4, with everyone looking wrecked, sleep deprived, and emotionally raw, yet Mama D stood stronger, somehow fueled by the very drama she created. You all needed this wake-up call, she told them softly at one point before raising her voice again, because without me holding the mirror y'all stay blind to your own mess. Unexpected alliances formed in the wee hours between former enemies who bonded over shared resentment toward Mama D's dominance. They plotted quietly to film their own version of events and release it independently, which Mama D somehow sensed and shut down with a preemptive speech about loyalty and legacy. The drama twisted again when production revealed they had been filming secret confessionals the whole time, showing contradictory stories that exposed multiple lies. The group turned on each other viciously while Mama D sat back momentarily victorious, but the victory was hollow as even her closest supporters began questioning her methods. The sun rose on day 4, casting golden light over a battlefield of broken relationships, scattered belongings, and a campfire reduced to ashes. The cast looked at each other with new eyes, some filled with hate, some with pity, and a few with reluctant respect for surviving the ordeal. Fans worldwide stayed glued to every update, sharing edits and slow-motion clips of the wildest moments. The emotional conflicts had transformed from surface-level shade to deep soul-searching about identity, fame, family, and and forgiveness, yet resolution remained elusive as Mama D declared one final group meeting by the now packed-up campsite. "This trip ain't ending until we sign a pact of unity," she announced, holding up a crumpled paper, but the others rebelled, openly tearing the idea apart in a flurry of shouts and thrown objects. The chaos peaked with a dramatic chase through the trees as someone tried to grab the hidden van keys, leading to slips, falls and more tears. The entire experience had pushed the Love and Hip Hop Atlanta family to their absolute limits, exposing cracks that no amount of on-camera apologies could fully repair. By the time they finally loaded into the vans to leave the woods, the air was thick with unresolved tension and quiet promises of future payback. Mama D sat in the front seat, staring ahead, knowing she had won the battle but possibly lost the war for control. The ride back to Atlanta was silent except for occasional sniffles and whispered arguments that hinted the drama was only pausing, not ending. Fans eagerly awaited the edited episodes, knowing this camping trip would go down as one of the most legendary unhinged chapters in reality television history, where Mama D took on everyone and the fallout promised to reshape the entire season and the lives attached to it. The personal growth mixed with destruction left everyone questioning their choices, their bonds, and their futures in this wild world of love and hip-hop. The trees faded in the rearview mirror, but the scars from those heated nights would linger far longer than any bruise or burned marshmallow ever could. The scars from those heated nights would linger far longer than any bruise or burned marshmallow ever could. The vans pulled away from the Georgia woods, leaving behind a trail of shattered tents and broken promises, but the real war had only just begun. Back in Atlanta, Mama D wasted no time calling an emergency family meeting at her lavish mansion. "You think the woods broke me," she thundered, standing at the head of her marble dining table surrounded by cameras, "but I am stronger than ever, and I will expose every single one of you for who you truly are." Scrappy slammed his fist on the table. "Mama, enough. We left the campsite to get away from this madness, but you dragging it right back into our homes." Bambi nodded vigorously beside him, agreeing. "We came for healing, not for you to keep playing dictator over grown adults." The room erupted in shouts as Erica Mena leaned back in her chair with a smug grin. "Y'all see this? Mama D cannot let go of control even after nearly destroying us all in the forest." Kirk Frost tried once again to mediate, hands raised high. "We need to sign some kind of truce before this spills into the next episode," but Rashida cut him off. "Honey, truce with her after she accused us of stealing from the family business? No way." The accusations from the camping trip resurfaced hotter than ever, with leaked audio from hidden mics playing on a laptop showing Mama D plotting to cut certain cast members from future seasons. Fans online went absolutely wild, calling it the ultimate power play and flooding social media with clips captioned "Mama D exposed." The personal stakes skyrocketed when one cast member revealed during the heated mansion showdown that Mama D had been withholding important financial documents related to a shared clothing line. "You kept us in the dark about the losses while smiling in our faces," they yelled, tears streaming. Mama D shot back fiercely, "I protected y'all from the truth because none of you could handle real business. Only I know how to keep this empire afloat." The argument spilled outside to the backyard, where poolside loungers became weapons in a dramatic shoving match. Security had to step in, separating bodies as screams echoed across the upscale neighborhood. Neighbors peeked from windows, shocked at the reality television unfolding. Live reactions from extended family poured in through group chats, some siding with Mama D, calling her the glue holding everything together, while others urged Scrappy to finally cut ties for his own sanity. A new twist dropped like a bomb when a mysterious envelope arrived at the mansion, delivered by courier, containing photos and receipts proving secret meetings between Bambi and a rival producer discussing a potential spin-off without Mama D involved. Mama D held the pictures high like trophies. "See, I knew it. Betrayal runs deep in this family." Bambi defended herself passionately. "Those meetings were about my own career, not about destroying you, but you make everything about you." The mansion filled with chaos as people stormed out, slamming doors only to return minutes later for more confrontation because the cameras demanded it. Emotions ran higher than the Atlanta skyline, with old grudges from previous seasons mixing with fresh wounds from the woods. One by one, cast members aired grievances on camera. "You never supported my music career, you only used me for storylines," a younger member cried, while Mama D countered without flinching, "I gave you the platform, now you want to bite the hand that fed you." The drama intensified when production announced a special reunion episode filmed right there in the mansion, forcing everyone back into the same room under bright lights. Mama D, dressed in her signature glamorous outfit, sat center stage ready for battle. "Y'all thought the camping trip was the end, but this is where I remind everyone who runs this show," she declared, her voice booming through the microphone. Scrappy stood up, pacing. "I am done choosing sides, Mama. This has torn our family apart for ratings, and I won't let it destroy my relationship with Bambi anymore." The audience at home cheered and gasped as Bambi broke down, sharing how the trip made her question marrying into the family entirely. "I love Scrappy, but your mother makes it impossible to build anything real," she sobbed. The host tried steering questions toward resolution, but every topic led back to explosive accusations, financial lies, secret alliances, and even claims of physical intimidation from the campsite nights. Fans were shocked beyond words. Trending topics like LHHATL camping meltdown dominated platforms, with millions sharing theories about who would quit the show next. The reunion took an unexpected turn when a surprise guest appeared, none other than a former cast member with old receipts exposing Mama D's past business dealings that allegedly screwed over multiple people. "You played victim victim in the woods but you the real villain here, the guest proclaimed, sparking a standing ovation from half the room while Mama D fired back, calling them a paid liar brought in for drama. The back and forth grew so intense that security had to escort people apart multiple times, yet the cameras captured every second, knowing this footage would break records. The personal conflicts reached new depths when parenting styles came under fire. Mama D accused several members of neglecting their children for fame while they hit back, claiming she prioritized cameras over actual motherhood. Years ago, tears flowed freely as raw stories of childhood neglect and favoritism poured out, leaving the entire cast emotionally drained. Reactions from celebrity friends outside the show flooded in, with some texting support for Mama D, others publicly distancing themselves, saying the drama had gone too far. A major twist hit midway through the reunion when leaked text messages from Mama D's own phone appeared on the big screen, showing her encouraging producers to amp up the camping trip conflicts for better ratings. "You set us up." The whole time, one cast member screamed, lunging toward her but stopped short as Mama D smirked, admitting partially, "I did what I had to do to keep us relevant in a world that forgets black excellence fast." The admission divided the room further, with some respecting her hustle while others felt completely betrayed. The night wore on with more revelations, including hidden pregnancies, secret plastic surgery funds, and even alleged affairs that threatened multiple marriages. Kirk and Rashida found themselves in the crosshairs when old arguments resurfaced about their own loyalty to Mama D. "We stood by you through everything," Rashida said, voice cracking, "but you never returned that energy." The emotional exhaustion showed on every face, yet Mama D refused to yield. "This family needs me whether you like it or not," she proclaimed, pointing at each person individually. "Without me there is no love in hip-hop." Atlanta. The reunion ended in a stalemate, with no handshakes, no hugs, just lingering glares and promises of more fireworks in upcoming episodes. Back at their individual homes, cast members processed the trauma through late-night calls and solo confessionals. One member admitted considering therapy after the woods broke something inside them, while another plotted quietly to launch a rival channel exposing Mama D fully. Fans stayed hooked, analyzing every frame, predicting lawsuits and spin-offs that could change the franchise forever. The days following the reunion brought no peace as paparazzi swarmed Atlanta hotspots, catching tense encounters between former allies, now enemies. Mama D held a solo press conference declaring herself unbreakable. "I survived the woods, I survived the reunion, and I will survive anything y'all throw at me." Her words went viral, inspiring both admiration and outrage across social media. Scrappy and Bambi released a joint statement trying to set boundaries, but Mama D countered with her own video message, calling it a publicity stunt. The cycle of accusations continued non-stop, with blogs publishing daily exclusives from sources close to the cast. The personal stakes had never been higher, careers hung in balance as sponsors wavered and networks debated pulling episodes due to the intensity, yet ratings soared higher than ever, proving that Mama D versus everyone made for unbeatable television. The woods had planted seeds of destruction that bloomed into a full-blown family civil war with no clear winner in sight, only survivors picking up pieces while cameras kept rolling. The drama promised to spill into every corner of season 13B, leaving viewers breathless and demanding more of the unfiltered raw emotion that defined this legendary clash in the heart of Atlanta. The scars deepened with each passing day as old friends became strangers and blood ties strained under the weight of fame, fortune, and unforgiven betrayals from those fateful nights under the Georgia stars. Mama D stood tall amid the ruins of her empire, plotting her next move, while the rest of the cast united in quiet rebellion, wondering if this was finally the end of her reign or just the beginning of an even bigger explosion that would rock love and hip-hop forever. The city lights of Atlanta twinkled like distant campfires, reminding everyone that the heat from that trip refused to die down, and the battle lines drawn in the dirt had now been etched permanently into their lives and legacies, with fans eagerly awaiting every twist and turn in this ongoing saga of power, love, betrayal, and survival. Fans eagerly awaiting every twist and turn in this ongoing saga of power, love, betrayal, and survival. The drama exploded even further when Mama D dropped a surprise live Instagram session from her mansion, accusing the entire cast of plotting to cancel her career. "You all went into those woods as family and came out as enemies," she hissed into the camera, her makeup flawless despite the exhaustion, "but I see every move y'all making behind the scenes." Scrappy immediately went live from his own couch, responding, "Mama, you need to stop. This is destroying our real lives, not just the show." Bambi jumped in beside him with fire in her eyes. "We tried to love you through everything, but you keep pushing us away like we are disposable." The comments sections on both lives flooded instantly, with millions of viewers taking sides, some chanting Team Mama D while others demanded justice for the kids. Erica Mena joined the fray by posting a cryptic video of her packing bags, saying, "After that camping nightmare, I am done being collateral damage in Mama D's empire building." The internet erupted with theories ranging from staged publicity stunts to genuine family collapse. Kirk, Frost, and Rashida tried staying neutral but got dragged in when old clips resurfaced, showing them agreeing with Mama D in private chats. Now they faced backlash from fans calling them enablers. The personal stakes hit rock bottom when one cast member checked into a wellness retreat after the emotional toll of the woods and reunion left them battling severe anxiety. News outlets picked up the story, turning the LHHATL drama into mainstream headlines, with experts weighing in on toxic family dynamics in reality television. Mama D fired back with a press release claiming saying she was the victim of a coordinated smear campaign by jealous castmates who could not handle her success. The back and forth escalated when a joint statement from several cast members including Scrappy, Bambi and Erica demanded an emergency producers meeting to address the unsafe environment created during the camping trip. Producers responded by announcing extra therapy sessions and security, but behind closed doors whispers suggested they loved the ratings. Gold pouring in. A shocking new twist arrived when hidden camera footage from the woods leaked online showing Mama D secretly texting producers during the arguments, encouraging more conflict for better shots. Fans were outraged, calling it manipulation at its finest, while Mama D denied involvement, saying the footage was edited to paint her as the villain. The mansion became ground zero again for another unannounced confrontation when the group showed up uninvited, demanding answers. "You set us up in the woods for views," Mama D one yelled as security scrambled to contain the situation. She stood her ground at the top of the staircase, like a queen defending her castle. "I did what was necessary to keep this show alive while y'all chased personal brands." The arguments spilled into every room with accusations of financial theft, secret alliances, and even claims that Mama D had influenced casting decisions to favor certain storylines. Emotions ran wild as Bambi confronted her directly about the impact on her marriage to Scrappy. "Your constant interference made me question everything we built together," she cried, but Mama D shot back, "Love is not enough without loyalty, and you never showed me any." The night turned chaotic with thrown drinks, shattered glasses, and raw screams echoing through the halls. Reactions from celebrity friends poured in fast, with some posting support for the younger cast while others defended Mama D as the original icon who made the franchise what it is. A major bombshell dropped when a former producer came forward in an interview revealing that the camping trip was partially scripted, with Mama D having input on key conflict points. The revelation divided fans even more, with petitions to cancel the season circulating alongside record streaming numbers for the leaked episodes. The cast reconvened for damage control meetings that quickly devolved into more fights. "You cannot keep controlling the narrative," Mama D Scrappy said, voice breaking. "We are adults with our own lives now," but she refused to budge. "This is my legacy and I will fight for it until my last breath." The drama followed them everywhere, from grocery store run-ins caught on camera to late night club encounters where shade was thrown publicly across the room. One cast member allegedly blocked another from entering a VIP section, leading to a parking lot screaming match that made headlines. The personal conflicts deepened as therapy sessions filmed for the show exposed childhood traumas and long-held resentments. Mama D broke down, briefly admitting the pressure of being the strong black woman on television had hardened her, but quickly regained composure, saying vulnerability is weakness in this industry. The group listened, some with empathy, others with skepticism, as old family stories resurfaced about sacrifices and struggles that shaped their realities. Fans analyzed every micro-expression in slow-motion clips, debating who was acting and who was genuine. A surprise reunion special was announced to address the camping fallout, forcing everyone back together under one roof. The tension was thicker than ever as they sat in a circle with the host, asking tough questions about forgiveness and moving forward. Mama D spoke first. "I brought y'all into this life and I can take y'all out of it if respect is not given." The room exploded again with counter-arguments about abuse of power and emotional manipulation. Erica Mina stood up dramatically. "I am done playing nice after you dragged my name through the mud in those woods." The back and forth intensified with revelations about private investigators hired to dig dirt on each other and leaked contracts that favored Mama D financially. The host struggled to maintain order as security intervened multiple times, yet the raw emotion captivated millions watching live. The personal stakes reached a climax when Scrappy delivered an ultimatum: "Mama, if you cannot accept Bambi and respect our boundaries, then I have to choose peace over this chaos." Tears streamed as Mama D processed the words. Her empire seemed to crack right there on camera, but she refused to yield completely. "We are blood and blood does not walk away," she replied, voice trembling slightly. The episode ended without resolution, leaving viewers on edge and social media in meltdown mode. In the weeks that followed, the cast attempted separate projects to distance themselves from the drama, but Mama D stayed in the spotlight, dropping subtle disses in interviews and social posts. The woods had changed everything, exposing fractures that no amount of money or fame could repair. Quickly, reactions from the broader love and hip-hop family came in strong, with crossovers from other cities weighing in on the mess, some offering advice, others throwing more shade. The city of Atlanta buzzed with sightings and rumors of secret meetings to form alliances against Mama D or to reconcile with her. The emotional toll showed in subtle ways, with cast members appearing more guarded in public and posting cryptic messages about growth and healing, yet the pull of the show and its paychecks kept them tethered. A final major twist emerged when network executives flew in for crisis talks, proposing a special episode dedicated to healing from the camping trip. Mama D agreed, but only on her terms, leading to more negotiations filled with power plays and demands. The cast prepared for what could be the most anticipated episode yet, with everyone vowing to speak their truth unfiltered. The anticipation built as promotional clips dropped, showing intense stare-downs and tearful monologues. Fans counted down the days, knowing this saga had redefined reality television drama. The scars from the Georgia woods ran deep, influencing every interaction, every decision, and every future storyline. In season 13B, Mama D remained at the center, a force of nature who refused to be dethroned even as her family rebelled against her iron rule. The battle had evolved from campfire shouts to mansion wars, wars to public social media spectacles, but the core remained the same: a mother fighting to hold her empire together while her children fought for independence and respect. The world watched breathlessly as new alliances formed, old ones shattered, and the line between real life and produced reality blurred beyond recognition. The heat from that camping trip refused to fade, instead spreading like wildfire across the entire franchise, promising more explosive moments, more heartfelt confessions, and more jaw-dropping betrayals that would keep viewers hooked for seasons to come. The journey through the woods had tested every bond, every ego, and every limit, pushing the Love and Hip Hop Atlanta cast into uncharted territory where survival meant adapting or fading away. Mama D stood firm, believing her way was the only way, while the others discovered strength in their unity against her. The drama had become bigger than any single trip or episode. It was now a cultural phenomenon discussed in barbershops, boardrooms, and living rooms nationwide, with everyone picking sides and predicting outcomes. The personal growth mixed painfully with destruction, leaving lasting impacts on careers, relationships, and mental health. Yet the cameras kept rolling, capturing the beautiful mess that made the show legendary. The Georgia trees might have been left behind, but their shadows followed every cast member, reminding them of the night everything changed and the fight that refused to end. The saga continued with no clear resolution in sight, only more heat, more heart, and more unforgettable reality television moments that proved Mama D versus everyone was far from over, and the best or worst was yet to come in this wild, wild world of love and hip-hop.as. The saga continued with no clear resolution in sight, only more heat, more heart, and more unforgettable reality television moments that proved Mama D versus everyone was far from over, and the best or worst was yet to come in this wild, wild world of love and hip-hop. The drama reached new heights when production greenlit a full-scale lockdown reunion weekend at a secluded Atlanta mansion designed to force final resolutions from the camping trip fallout. Mama D arrived in a sparkling designer tracksuit flanked by bodyguards, declaring, "This ends on my terms or not at all." Scrappy walked in holding Bambi's hand tightly. "We came to speak truth, not to bow down anymore." The air crackled with tension as Erica Mena strutted through the doors, announcing, "I survived the woods, but I might not survive another round with this woman." Kirk and Rashida tried playing mediators again, but found themselves caught in crossfire when old text messages projected on massive screens showed them complaining about Mama D's dominance. The group sat in a specially built confrontation circle with cameras everywhere, capturing every blink, every tear, and every clenched jaw. "You orchestrated that entire camping nightmare for ratings," Mama D, one cast member accused, pointing furiously, but she leaned forward, eyes blazing. "I did what legends do. I made sure the world stayed watching our story." The arguments exploded immediately, with accusations flying about leaked photos, secret bank transfers, and even claims that Mama D had paid bloggers to spread dirt on her own family during the trip. Fans tuned in live across multiple platforms, losing their minds as the comments exploded with fire emojis and shocked face reactions. The personal stakes felt life or death when Bambi stood up, revealing how the woods experience triggered old traumas from her past. "You made me feel like an outsider in my own marriage," she said, voice shaking. Mama D responded without hesitation, "Outsiders earn their place through loyalty, not demands." The room descended into pure chaos, with people standing shouting over each other until security formed a human wall to prevent any physical escalation. A surprise twist hit when producers introduced polygraph experts for voluntary lie detector tests on key claims from the campsite. Most refused, but one brave soul agreed, and the results exposed multiple deceptions, including hidden conversations with executives about replacing Mama D as the family matriarch. The revelations sent shockwaves through the mansion, with Mama D laughing bitterly, "See, I knew the knives were out for me the entire time." The polygraph session turned into an emotional bloodbath as cast members broke down, admitting fears, insecurities, and regrets from years of filming. The lockdown stretched into day 2 with no phones allowed and forced group activities that only amplified the drama. During a trust fall exercise, someone deliberately let another fall, leading to screams of "You never had my back," and this is why the woods broke us. Emotions ran higher than ever as midnight therapy circles revealed deep family wounds about abandonment, success, jealousy, and the heavy price of fame. In the spotlight, Mama D shared rare vulnerable moments about raising children while building an empire alone, but quickly flipped back to defense mode, saying, "Vulnerability gets you played in this industry." The group challenged her relentlessly, "You use our pain as content." When yelled, and she fired back, "Content pays for the lifestyle y'all enjoy, so don't act brand new." A major bombshell landed when a cast member played secret audio recordings from the camping trip where Mama D could be heard whispering to a producer about needing bigger fights for episode ratings. The mansion erupted in outrage. "You set your own kids up for drama," Scrappy roared, face red with anger. Mama D denied nothing, instead doubling down, "I did it for us, for the legacy, because without drama this show dies, and so does our relevance." Fans worldwide trended "Justice for LHH Kids" and "Boycott Mama D," while others praised her as a brilliant strategist keeping the franchise alive. The lockdown continued with sleepless nights filled with hallway confrontations and tearful confessions by the pool. At 3 in the morning, one alliance formed against Mama D, vowing to film their own documentary exposing her methods, but she caught wind and confronted them head-on in the kitchen. "You think you can take me down after everything I sacrificed?" The personal conflicts cut deeper than ever when parenting failures and financial betrayals got dragged into the light. Mama D accused several of using their children as props, while they hit back, claiming she exploited traded family pain for camera time. The raw honesty both united and divided them further, with some hugging and momentary reconciliation only to argue again minutes later over breakfast. The producers extended the lockdown by another day, citing breakthrough potential, but everyone knew it was for more explosive footage. Reactions from outside poured in through allowed supervised calls, with lawyers threatening lawsuits, managers begging for calm, and celebrity peers sending mixed messages of support and shade. The drama followed them even in quiet moments, when someone found hidden notes from the woods detailing private strategies against Mama D. The discovery led to another all-night screaming match that left voices hoarse and eyes swollen. A shocking development came when Erica Mena announced she was considering leaving the show permanently after feeling targeted unfairly. "You turned the camping trip into my personal hell," she declared, packing her bags on camera. Mama D blocked the door dramatically. "Nobody walks away until we finish this." The tension peaked during the final group meeting, where ultimatums flew left and right. Scrappy delivered his most emotional speech yet. "Mama, I love you, but I choose my peace, my wife, and my future over this endless cycle." Bambi cried beside him, nodding. The room fell silent for the first time as Mama D processed the words, her face showing cracks in the armor. For the first time, the entire season hung in the balance, with careers, futures, and family bonds on the line. Fans held their breath across social media as the episode promised to deliver the most watched reunion in LHHATL history. The lockdown ended with no handshakes, but a fragile understanding that things would never be the same. The cast left the mansion in separate cars, with paparazzi chasing every vehicle, capturing raw, exhausted faces. The weeks after brought tentative truces mixed with subtle disses in interviews and posts. Mama D launched her own podcast, breaking down her side of the camping saga, while others did the same, creating dueling narratives that kept the drama alive and streaming numbers soaring. The personal growth showed in subtle ways, with some seeking real therapy off camera and others focusing on solo projects to reclaim their identities. Yet the pull of the family empire remained strong, with rumors of new episodes already filming in secret. The Georgia woods had planted seeds that grew into a forest of ongoing conflict, influencing every decision and relationship. The saga evolved from physical campsite battles to digital wars to emotional reckonings that tested the limits of love, loyalty, and fame. The world continued watching, mesmerized by Mama D's unbreakable spirit, clashing against the rising independence of her cast. Family members' predictions flooded forums about possible spin-offs, lawsuits, and even reunions years later. But one thing remained certain: this camping trip had forever altered the landscape of love and hip-hop Atlanta, creating legends out of pain and unforgettable television out of real human struggle. The heat lingered in every interview, every red carpet appearance, and every late-night conversation where old wounds threatened to reopen. The cast found themselves forever linked by those nights under the stars, where Mama D stood against everyone and in doing so, exposed the beautiful, messy, complicated truth of their shared reality. The story showed no signs of slowing, with new twists emerging daily, from alleged secret settlements to surprise collaborations that left fans guessing. The emotional scars ran deep, but so did the resilience that kept them returning to the cameras time after time. The legacy of that heated camping trip became the defining chapter of Season 13B, a moment where family business collided with raw humanity in the most sensational way possible. And as the episodes continued airing, the world remained hooked, craving more of the drama that made Mama D versus everyone the ultimate reality television event that no one could look away from. The nights in the woods, the mansion meltdowns, and the ongoing public battles all wove together into a tapestry of power, passion, and unfiltered truth that would echo through the franchise for years, ensuring that love and hip-hop Atlanta stayed must-watch entertainment, where the lines between script and real life blurred into something undeniably captivating and endlessly entertaining for millions around the globe. The journey continued, with Mama D still at the center, refusing to fade while her family fought, carved their own paths, and the cameras rolled on, capturing every step of this legendary clash that started with a simple camping trip and exploded into something much bigger than anyone ever imagined. That started with a simple camping trip and exploded into something much bigger than anyone ever imagined. The final chapters of this saga unfolded with Mama D launching her most ambitious power move yet by announcing a family summit at her private estate, where she demanded full loyalty contracts from every cast member or else face exclusion from future seasons. Scrappy arrived with Bambi and a lawyer in tow, declaring no more contracts. "Mama, this ends with us living our truth, not your version of it." The estate grounds turned into another battlefield as Erica Mena brought receipts printed in bold folders, exposing every financial discrepancy from the camping trip era. "You played us all for fools, thinking we would never catch on," she shouted, while Mama D stood on her balcony overlooking the chaos like a general surveying her troops. "I gave you fame, I gave you checks, and this is how you repay me with lawyers and leaks." The summit dragged on for hours, with heated negotiations turning into screaming matches over profit shares, screen time, and public image control. Kirk Frost and Rashida attempted one last mediation session, but even they cracked under pressure when Mama D revealed private conversations they had about possibly branching off without her. The betrayals layered upon betrayals until the entire group sat exhausted on the lawn under the setting sun. Emotions ran raw as Bambi delivered a powerful monologue about the toll the woods had taken on her mental health and marriage. "Your constant need for control almost cost me my family," she said, tears flowing freely. Mama D listened for once, her face softening before she responded, "I built this so none of you would ever struggle like like I did, but somewhere along the way respect got lost. The moment created a rare pause in the drama, allowing tentative apologies to surface, though trust remained fragile. Fans watching the leaked summit footage celebrated the vulnerability, calling it the most real moment of season 13B, yet the piece proved short-lived when a new twist emerged via a tabloid drop exposing Mama D's alleged secret meetings with network executives to rewrite the season narrative in her favor. The cast regrouped in fury, confronting her at the estate gates. "You never stopped playing games even after the Woods nearly broke us all," Scrappy yelled. The arguments reignited with fresh intensity, covering everything from childhood resentments to current business deals and future plans. The personal stakes reached their absolute peak as several cast members threatened to walk away from the show permanently, citing the toxic environment created by the never-ending conflict. Mama D refused to back down, instead offering individual deals that pitted them against each other once more. Divide and conquer remained her specialty. Even in exhaustion, the drama spilled into public appearances with awkward red carpet encounters and social media subtweets that kept the fire burning worldwide. Fans remained divided into passionate camps, some praising Mama D as the unbreakable queen of reality TV, while others supported the younger cast in their fight for independence. Hashtags like Free From Mama D and Team Day trended simultaneously, creating the biggest online conversation of the year. Production capitalized on the frenzy by teasing the most explosive season finale ever, promising never-before-seen footage from the camping trip that would answer all remaining questions. The anticipation built to fever pitch as the cast prepared for their last group sit-down, where everything would be laid bare one final time. The night of the finale filming arrived with heavy security and emotional goodbyes whispered in hallways. Mama D entered the room last, dressed to perfection, ready to claim victory or go down swinging. "You all tested me in those woods, you tested me in the mansion, and now you test me here, but I remain the heart of this family," she proclaimed. The final confrontations delivered jaw-dropping moments with confessions of love mixed with pain, promises of change alongside declarations of independence, and enough tears to fill the Georgia lakes once more. Scrappy hugged his mother tightly for the first time in weeks, saying, "I will always be your son, but I have to be my own man too." Bambi stood beside him, offering a cautious olive branch, while Erica Mena declared her independence with a powerful exit speech that earned applause from the crew. The episode wrapped with no perfect resolution, only a sense that the camping trip had forever transformed their bonds into something more complicated yet undeniably real. The season concluded with record-breaking views as audiences celebrated the raw, unfiltered drama that defined Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Season 13B. Mama D sat alone in her mansion afterward, reflecting on the journey from campfire queen to embattled matriarch, knowing her legacy remained intact even if her family had evolved beyond her full control. The Woods had taught everyone valuable lessons about power, loyalty, forgiveness, and the high cost of fame. The cast moved forward with new projects, solo ventures, and cautious family interactions that hinted at healing while keeping the door open for future fireworks. Fans continued discussing the saga for months, predicting spin-offs and reunions that would bring them all back together. The heated camping trip became legendary in reality television history, a benchmark for drama intensity and emotional depth that no other show could match. And as the credits rolled on season 13B, the world understood that Mama D vs. Everyone was never just a title, it was the explosive heart of a franchise built on real people navigating love, fame, and family in the most sensational way possible. The scars remained, but so did the unbreakable spirit that kept them all coming back for more. The story of that fateful trip would live on, inspiring countless conversations, debates, and memes, ensuring that Love and Hip Hop Atlanta stayed at the forefront of pop culture, where the drama never truly ended, it only evolved into the next chapter waiting to unfold. As the dust finally settles on the most explosive camping trip in Love and Hip Hop Atlanta history, Mama D stands victorious yet forever changed. After going to war with everyone she loved, the Georgia Woods became a battlefield of betrayal, tears, and truths that ripped the family apart and left fans everywhere shook to their core. From the midnight screams around the campfire to the mansion meltdowns and the final emotional summit, this season 13B delivered more drama than anyone could handle, with secret hookups, leaked texts, power plays, and raw confessions that exposed the heart of what it means to be family under the spotlight. But even now, after all the shouting and broken alliances, huge questions remain. Will Scrappy finally choose peace over Mama D's control? Can Bambi and the rest ever forgive the woman who built their empire, or will this be the end of Mama D's reign as the undisputed queen of LHHATL? Will the family heal and reunite, or are we headed for the biggest spin-off war the franchise has ever seen? The scars run deep, the ratings soared, and reality television will never be the same. You have watched this chaos unfold from the very first spark to the final tearful goodbye. Now it is your turn to decide the future of this saga. Hit that like button if you are team Mama D or team everyone else. Smash subscribe and turn on notifications because the drama is only getting started. Drop your thoughts in the comments right now. Who do you think was really right in those woods? Was Mama D protecting her legacy or destroying her own family? Tell me your wildest theories and predictions for what happens next, because without you this show means nothing. Your voice fuels the fire and keeps this unhinged reality TV train rolling full speed ahead. Thank you for riding this emotional roller coaster with me. Now go ahead and let the world know where you stand in the greatest Mama D vs. Everyone showdown of all time. We will see you in the next episode, because in the world of love and hip hop, the heat is never turning off.